Click, 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 click.
This
Yeah,
one's designed to cause fights. What do you guys find most annoying about each other?
I'm not gonna do that.
I don't know.
Yeah,
This is a trap. I
it
don't
is a
like.
trap. I don't
I
know
don't
if
like
we
this.
should do this one.
Hi, I'm going to ask a question that's intentionally made to drive a wedge between people.
Look, everybody's got little faults and faux pas, and you know, sometimes we do things that are repetitive in our speech patterns and stuff, and that can grate on you when you've known a person for so long. I often do this thing where I say something like, "Regardless, it's like this." You know, little things like that in your speech pattern that you do repeatedly, or it can be annoying. So there's stuff like that for everyone in my life that I find annoying. It's like you're saying that for the 18th time. Like it's such a cliche. It's like a personal cliche. Like that's your cliche, and
I know. It's like, where do they get off?
Where? Makes me want to whip them.
Yeah, that wants to whip them. I like that. I think that's funny.
Yeah,
The
I
way
actually
you
don't have
WH.
It's
I still am
correct.
not convinced
I don't
that
even
it's not made up.
have those
It's
things.
correct. It's in
against
the
you.
dictionary.
It is. I thought it wasn't. No, yeah, no. Maybe you weren't there for that episode, but I was sure that where would not be an acceptable pronunciation. So I on PKA, I looked it up, and it is.
Really?
Yeah. It's okay. Also, I
It
didn't.
just sounds like there's 3 H's in there. Like, where? Like HWHH.
There's only one. I just pronounce it. That's all.
Yeah.
Where?
I actually don't have much I don't like about the other guys on the show. I do sometimes envy things about you guys. Like, you know, like, okay. Well, whatever. If something isn't well received on the show, the fans might hold me responsible for it and not you two.
Mm-hmm.
And, sometimes
That's like a double-edged sword, though, because you're also seen as that. Like reaffirms that you're seen as like the head honcho. You know?
there's not a lot of benefit to that second part.
No.
Yeah, you don't get a lot of
of.
you don't get the praise. You just get the blame sometimes. You know, there's never any. It's rare that there's a post where they're like, "Hey, can we all just take a minute and appreciate that the show? You know, nobody got disconnected tonight. Great job, Woody, for making sure Taylor's internet is good because that's on you." You know?
yeah, right. You know, like if you guys have trouble with your audio, that's on me. If the topics aren't, you know, if the people don't love the topics, that's usually on me too. But like in my heart, I'm like, oh, but you know, we're all here, and you know, I did my best, and I don't know. So usually it's not you guys. It's just I envy not being held responsible for all the shit. Yeah,
You envy like our blameless position in a lot of it.
Yeah.
Especially, well, I can't even say Kyle even more than me because I really don't get shit either, and neither does Kyle. Every once in a while, Kyle will do something, and they'll be like, "Do you think this was genuinely mean when he was talking about Josh?" And someone will be like, "Yeah, like, God, he really is an asshole." And then someone will be like, "You know what? That's why I like him. He's honest, like the Trump."
You know, when it comes to stuff like that, I feel like these are mean things. You know, people are too trigger happy to label you a mean person, and that means you're always mean. It's just like look, I'm not being mean. I'm just taking it in as I see it and analyzing things as I see them. And like clearly, this guy is just a real dum dum, and it's evident not only from like having a conversation from him and seeing that it's difficult for him to put words together into sentences and to get his mind across. That's it. Like when someone's a little slow, like they have a hard time expressing their feelings. And you know, conversations are very one-sided. It's mostly him just kind of reacting to the things I say, but also there's the evidence of how he lives his life and stuff. So I feel like it's if anybody's out there going like, that Josh guy's just fine, I bet he's a bright fellow, he's probably all good, and Kyle's just being mean. Like, nah, this guy's a real fuck up.
And sometimes it's really funny to be mean, like to take it to the nth degree and just be
exactly. So we were leaving the gas station the other day, and there was this little girl by the gas pumps with her father. And I'm not good at guessing children's age, but like her head came up to about your hip. So like I'm going to guess she was like a 6 or 7 or maybe an 8-year-old because, you know, it's hard to tell with development. Medium-sized child. And she was so fat. She had big, dumpy ass cheeks.
I thought you were about to say that she was hot. And I'm
No,
like, no, Kyle, pull up, Kyle. Well, did Kyle just freeze right there? He did. Yeah, I thought he was about to say she was maybe 6 to 8, and she was so hot. And I'm like, no, Kyle, no. Oh no, I lost everybody? Is it me? But wait, I just had Taylor. Shucks. Oh, thank God that's not private. I'm trying to pull up this. Oh, it was me. It was my internet. So they'll be back in a second. Taylor's here. Taylor, you see me too?
No, I don't see anyone. It still doesn't even show up. Can you see me?
I used to be able to. I just lost you.
Oh, it should be
All
good
right.
now. It just shrunk down
Now-
to the normal size.
Oh wow! Now I see Taylor in like the best quality that I've seen him all night, almost HD quality, looking nice over there, very coiffed.
Thank you.
Don't see Woody though. Are we rolling here?
Yeah, no,
I
we're
believe we're
rolling.
rolling. I don't see Woody either.
Oh, I know why that is. I don't have my camera on.
But yeah. Anyway,
So-
Kyle, you're talking about little girl, dumpy butt cheeks.
Yeah. So this very very overweight like little girl, and I was driving out of the gas station, and I don't know what possessed me. I really don't. But I just started screaming or really squealing like a pig. I just looked at her, and just the first thing that struck me was to go wee wee and like squeal like a pig, and
Yeah.
I did it so loud that she heard me screaming, or she heard the noise, and she like looked up at the car, and I just thought it was the funniest thing.
Yeah, you just
of all
started an
time.
eating disorder.
There is no way
Perhaps
that little
that'll be a
girl.
positive change in her life.
There is no, I doubt it. There's no way she like identified that I was squealing like a pig at her through my tinted windows at night and at a loud gas station at all. But it seemed like it to my girlfriend. She was pretty angry at me, but I thought it was fucking hilarious. That kid was so goddamn fat, and maybe that is mean.
Well,
It's
how old
definitely
was the kid?
immature. 7, I would say.
7.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like 7 years old, 140 pounds, something like that.
That's when you're old enough that you can start to put the pieces together, though. Of,
I don't
like,
know if she
she's
could
from
hear me.
Georgia. She knows the squealing pig sound, and she's going to be walking in like, man, I can't wait to get my blue slushy. This is going to be such a great night. Yeah, I can't wait to drown my sorrows of my awful parents in this blue slushy. And then she just hears your jackass just wee wee just right out your fucking window, and she's like, oh, so this is when the curtain snaps back, and this is my first real memory being mocked by this fake Russian speeding out of a gas station, and I'm just shattered.
I was cruising. I was in my truck. No, I can't help it.
It is funny though.
I have mean thoughts and mean feelings. But I don't express them in like mean ways. Like it's very rare that I'm mean to a person, that I'm actually mean to them. I might say mean things behind their back because I think it's funny, but it's rare that I actually hurt someone's feelings.
Do you mostly just fantasize about it, like thinking about what you would do?
So what'll happen is I'll be in a scenario where like at some point you're allowed to say some mean shit, right? Like if someone keeps like being bad at their job, like if you keep failing at your end of the bargain, if you keep doing bad at your job in a service type job, or if you keep repeatedly being rude to me in some other scenario, then at some point the emotional bank account has run dry, and it's now time for me to hurl an insult your way. And so I'll be in those scenarios where it's like, all right, 1, 2, and I'm just counting the little slights, and I'm just waiting for the point where I've got enough ammunition to like unload on this person. And usually it doesn't happen. Usually the conversation ends, or we move on, or I find someone else to help me at Home Depot, or whatever's driving me insane. But sometimes like it gets to that level when I can just unload and be cruel and a real son of a bitch and say the things that are on my mind. And I love those moments. Like cursing the lady out at McDonald's is a perfect example. It was like in one move she took me from 0 to 10. But usually it's like I really hate the lady at Home Depot who says she can help you out with a power drill when she knows she can't. Like, don't be coming back here if you don't know anything about amperes, bitch. Like, that's an XR. I don't want the 1.5. There's a huge price difference. The battery life and torque are completely different. Like you didn't know what you were talking about, and you had me drive down here because you don't know anything about power drills. You pretended like you did. All you can do is read off a fucking box. Congratulations, you're literate. That doesn't make you able to do this job. But stuff like that could make me really lose my shit. My dad's the same way. He and I were on. I made a phone call for him the other day, and I called and I was asking about these power drills. And they transferred me like 4 times. And you know how when we try to prank phone call Walmart, it'll ring and ring and ring, and they'll transfer you back to the front, and you keep getting moved around and you're not getting anywhere. It was doing that, and Dad was like, I'd have done cussed somebody out by now. And I'm like, well, it's your phone. I didn't want to take any liberties. He's like, feel free. And I'm just ready. Like, all right, hair trigger now. So
just hoping for something else.
But
so
I don't think I don't think I'm a mean person. I hold back all the time. I am a smart ass. I've always kind of been a smart aleck, smart ass. Like my like favorite kind of humor is like kind of listening to someone else talking and you know, thinking of a like that's what she said, or some way to twist what they said and take a little funny spin on it, some little goofy thing like that. So I'm naturally predisposed to be sitting there and just kind of thinking of ways to insult you. So
that's
whenever
what
I get the opportunity
in school more than anything as well is just like the being a smart aleck, like to teachers and people of authority and whatever. Like I can picture you doing that in spades, as
turning the phrase on them or something like that, or making, or oh, don't you mean this and that? Because that word goes both ways, and you know, just being a dick. You know, convincing someone to talk themselves into a hole where they say something dirty or something like that. I used to do that to teachers where, you know, they ended up talking about cocks or something when we were really talking about chickens in our agriculture class or something. I don't know, I guess. But I don't think of myself as cruel, because I don't take pleasure from hurting someone else's feelings. In fact, it makes me feel terrible. Like when I know that like maybe you've said something about someone and then it gets back to them and you never intended it to. It was just supposed to be a private thing, and you're like, those were just like a private moment that I had, and I don't even feel that way anymore. But now it's gotten back to Bob, and Bob thinks that of me, and now I feel bad. Like I get that, you know, I'm not heartless, but
well, I would hope you wouldn't like enjoy that. That would legitimately make you a sociopath, wouldn't it? If you
right there you go. Well, that's what I'm defending myself against here. It's your accusations of sociopathy. But if I feel like I'm in the right, if I feel like we're on even, you know, we're both firing at each other, then I love to really get, you know, low blows are fun. I like saying some awful, mean, nasty shit to people and really hurting their feelings. I enjoy that. You know, if it's a fair fight.
There's one here for me. Woody, you seem okay with knowing where you live, your family and your wealth. Your family and your wealth, while most people, such as Kyle and Taylor, don't want that info out there. What makes you okay with everyone knowing a bunch of personal info about you?